Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Welcome to our podcast. Today, we are talking about our favorite month of the year, and that is Ramadan, of course. So, we're going to share our Ramadan experiences. You are welcome to comment below and tell us about your favorite Ramadan experiences. And, just chime in and share your thoughts. We would love to hear that. Okay, so let's get right into it. Let's start by asking you guys, what's your favorite things to do in Ramadan?
I think my favorite thing to do is just
To eat?
No.
That's like the opposite of what Ramadan is
Not
about.
always. No. My favorite thing is to wake up for suhoor because I always have troubles waking up for fajr. So
So basically the same thing, isn't it?
yeah,
You get up to eat.
mm,
Does anybody?
no. It's the fact that I get to pray fajr because I have a lot of troubles waking for fajr. I always sleep through my alarm, even though if I put it on the other side of the room, I always sleep through it. But in suhoor in Ramadan, I know I have to wake up before, or else I'll starve for the whole day.
You need to just get Omar to wake you up.
He doesn't wake up.
Right. I remember that was his habit workshop thing.
Yeah.
To wake up for him. Okay. What about you, Ayat?
I like Ramadan, iftar parties where everyone brings food and then it's at the end we're all eating and stuff. That's what I look forward to at the end of the day.
Okay. What about you, Ahmed? Eating?
Yeah, but also I love because usually iftar is really big and usually my mom makes a lot of stuff. So
wow. Okay. My favorite part of Ramadan is just having iftar with family, not the cooking part. But it's just I feel I feel like air is different in Ramadan, and everybody just feels a lot more closer. Family feels more closer. So I enjoy that, and the community feels a lot more closer. You're meeting more people. You see a lot more people coming to the masjid that you've never seen all the year. In Ramadan, the people come. So alhamdulillah, all that. And I love the nights of Ramadan. Normally I'm in Australia, so last couple of years in Australia it's been winter Ramadan, and lights are really long and cool, so really nice. And I really enjoyed that. Yeah, that was my last Ramadan was really amazing for me, alhamdulillah. Anyways, do you guys set any targets for Ramadan? How do you manage your Ramadan, making sure it's going well?
I guess this time I'm trying to do more than last time mostly. I'm trying to finish reading the whole Quran in Ramadan. And also I have different targets, for example, watching an episode of Eman's Ramadan series every day. So yeah.
Girls?
I mean, I am thinking of so my goal for this Ramadan would be because me and my friends were thinking of doing an iftar party, and we were thinking of also inviting non-Muslims. So my goal, my biggest goal would probably be to convert my friend to Islam because she's always been interested. So yeah, maybe with that iftar I'm thinking of maybe help her convert.
Okay. What about you, Ed?
Well, I'll try to read one juz a day. Let's see how far that goes. I'll try.
Okay, alhamdulillah. That's wonderful. So how you guys are still going to school in Ramadan this year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're looking forward to that?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind. I guess it would be better if we could take the day off because sometimes it's a bit like I guess like you get a little bit less time to like do Quran. But I guess if your intention is for Allah when you go to school and learn for the sake of Him, then you get a lot of
This year
reward
you
in
got
school.
Easter break in Ramadan?
Yeah, so like half of my
Yeah.
Ramadan is gonna be in Easter, but in the Easter holidays, and half is gonna be outside.
Yeah,
And
yeah, that's
inshallah,
good, yeah.
I'm going to Umrah. So and
Oh wow, in Ramadan?
alhamdulillah, yeah.
Oh
And
wow, that's
yeah, one of the
amazing.
hadiths is like like
Yeah.
whoever goes to Umrah in Ramadan, it's as good as Hajj.
Yeah, well, that's amazing, mashallah. Congratulations. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept it from you and make it easy for you and your family. Send us some pictures. You can share it in the next podcast. Ahmed's journey to Umrah. This is your first time?
I've been like twice before, and once when we were doing tawaf, my tummy started hurting. I was like 5 years old, and my tummy started hurting.
Why you don't remember that, do you?
I
5 years
do,
old, you
'cause
remember that?
my mom took a picture of me and my dad, and I was holding my tummy.
Oh, okay. Okay. So at school, what's the experience of going? Like, do people act strange around you when you're fasting?
I mean that like I in Canada, like people here are really understanding, especially in my school. Like for example, we have a cooking program. They let me bring some food home. Because I go to Iran club, they tell me if you want to take a break, you can take a break for as much as you want. Um, but they really understand. Like they ask questions. They ask me questions. They say if you need anything while you're fasting, don't hesitate to ask us. They even tell me Ramadan Mubarak as well, even though they're non-Muslims. So they're really empathetic in this case.
Right. What about you, Ahmed? Guess Ayat is homeschool, so it's easy for her.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, like when we're making food or something, I guess it helps because like the teacher's like very understanding. Like when we're making our food, she's like, like you don't have to cook if you don't want to. But yeah.
I see. But what I find really kind of annoying, to be honest, is like people being super considerate and like, oh, I can't eat. Is it okay if I eat in front of you? Oh, I shouldn't eat in front of you. Like, it's okay.
Yeah. Like
It's unbelievable how many times people have done this in front of me. I'm like, it's okay, it's not a big deal. Go eat. Even my own family sometimes does that. Like, it's fine.
Yeah, like my friends, like sometimes at school, like in Ramadan last year, and times I fasted when it was not Ramadan. They like because in school we're allowed to snack like if we're like working, they'd grab their food and go like this, just like looking at it. I'm like, what's wrong? What did anything happen to you? She's like, you're fasting, right? I'm like, yes. I don't want to eat in front of you. I don't want to make you hungry. I'm like, I'm fine. I've had suhoor. I'm fine. I should survive. I've done this for a while. So just eat. I don't really mind. So yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess it also shows that, that how difficult it must be for people to imagine that you could stay hungry. And I mean, that's part of self-discipline, alhamdulillah, that we have developed, right, over the years of fasting again and again and again, that we can resist food. I mean, that's the point of Ramadan, isn't it? Develop that consciousness of Allah, that you don't like, you see food, you're like, I'm dying, I have to eat it now.
I guess like Islam is like there's a lot of discipline in Islam in like controlling your desires, fasting.
Yeah,
it's a very disciplinary.
Yeah, and actually that reminds me, one of the things I always like, as a kid, often like Islamic studies lesson, I was like, people was like, okay, why do you fast? We fast because there are poor people in the world and they get hungry, and so we can feel like them, and that's like most of the Islamic studies lesson. That's what they would teach. So you can feel like hungry people. That is not why we fast. So we can feel like hungry people and feel sorry for them.
Yeah, I always thought it was like that. Like they say, you feel how the poor people feel, so you can be more grateful for what you have. And yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I
I
always
mean, that
thought.
may be a side effect of it, right? That might be a side effect or a benefit of it, that you do develop some more empathy for a hungry person. But that's the purpose of it, right? Quran clearly states the purpose of Ramadan, the purpose of fasting is developing consciousness of Allah, that you see food, you remember Allah, you don't eat it.
Yes.
And that's developing greater consciousness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So yeah, and then as an adult, when I realized, I'm like, why did I ever believe that? And anyway, why do you have to fast 30 days to just feel like hungry people? Why not one day? And then you eat so much in the evening anyways. No hungry person does that.
Yeah.
I mean, no poor person gets to do that.
I remember when I ate a lot for iftar, and then in Taraweeh I was just finished at the eighth rakah. I just couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah. And then we eat for suhoor. Actually, one of the things that a lot of non-Muslims constantly keep asking, I can't even count how many times I've been asked this question, is like, really? You don't eat anything all day? What about drink? Can't you drink? What about water? Can't you have water?
Yeah, and then like when you tell them like I fast for 30 days, they think you don't eat or drink for 30 days, like without waking up, right? They think you just like somehow your body's trained to not eat for 30 days. And they come to me like, do you not die at that when you eat or drink for 30 days? I'm like, I wake up, I eat, then I eat again at night. It's not that hard. It's, well, for me at least.
I mean,
I'm not gonna starve.
And at most, like first day, second day, first 2-3 days might take for, if you don't regularly fast, especially, it might take for your body to get adjusted to it. But then it's fine. Like you adjust the new eating schedule.
I mean, like an average human can survive without any food for 30 days, so it's not really that big of a deal. Like for 16 hours of fasting.
Survive on their bed, lying on their bed, basically. How do they survive?
I mean, they like without drinking, obviously that's only 3 days, but without eating, then.
Well, but still, like without eating, what do they do? They just lie on the bed for 30 days.
I don't know.
I won't even do much. Once this is a really bad idea. I don't know if I should be talking about it. But my brother does this intermittent fasting, not like religious fasting, right? It's intermittent fasting. So sometimes he did that several years ago, but he used to do this intermittent fasting for 5 days where he will not eat anything, not a single bite for 5 days.
Yeah, but he would have water.
I think maybe he had water.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure if he had water, but yeah, probably had water.
Yeah.
And about 5 days he would have nothing at all, and he's just fine.
Yeah,
talking normally.
But
he's not cranky.
The term intermittent fasting came from fasting in Ramadan. Like they saw the effects of it, but I think because like they didn't want people to suffer and we're gonna die. Yeah, they kind of made it simpler to just fast, for example, just without food. Maybe just without food and 1 meal a day, and that stuff.
Yeah, and actually there are studies that in Middle East, their cancer rates in the Middle East are I think the lowest or one of the lowest in the world, and one of the reasons for that is that because of the fasting, that 1 month every year, not just 1 month, like a lot of Muslims would be fasting during the year as well, not just in Ramadan. We'll be fasting Mondays or Thursdays. So actually the cancer rates are much lower. So, and there are lots of other things that, and I guess alcohol consumption is also much lower in Muslim countries. Yeah. All these things adding to that. Okay, do you remember the story of your first fast, the day your first fast?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So what happened on the first day of fasting? I was really moody that day. So then my dad, so because my dad tried to cheer me up, he took me to the lake. And because I was really tired, I could barely walk, we just sat in the car and looked at the lake. And then I was just so hungry and moody. I was just thinking about food. I wasn't even looking at the lake.
Yeah, I mean, my first fast, I like my first fast, I just did it on Mondays and Thursday and weekends. But the first time I did it, I felt like my stomach was going to explode. I was like, Mom, is it how much time till Maghrib? 30 minutes. I'm like, just time, please fly. Why does time fly when I'm happy, and why does it not fly when I'm in torture? So I'm like, please. Yeah, and what's worse is my brother was watching, I think it was that day he was watching like a cooking show. So I was dying in front of him. He was watching a cooking show where they're like making the most delicious foods ever. And even the foods that I'm not used to eat, I'm not like a big fan of them. I was like, can I have that, please? I was like,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah. Ayat, what about you?
So I remember my first fast was when I was like, I think 7 or 8 years old. And so I wanted to fast the whole day, but my mom told me that I could only do a half fast, or I could fast, but I had to eat lunch. So I got really upset because I wanted to fast the whole day like her. So then afterwards, yeah, so I still had to eat lunch, so I still got upset.
Yeah. Yeah, I also remember like I was very excited. Oh, I'm going to fast. And I was so excited about fasting. And so my first fast, I actually got sick. And I vomited a little. And then my mom was like, "Oh, is this fast valid anymore?"
I mean, if you're sick, you don't have to fast. I mean,
No, I guess I wasn't like sick all day. It's like at the end of the day, towards Maghrib, I vomited a little. Like, you know, sometimes you vomit in your mouth. Doesn't sound pretty sorry, audience. But and then my mom was like, "What? Did you swallow it? Did anything go back in? Because I'm not sure then it's a valid fast." And then we had an iftar party. My cousins came and I got chocolates. It was such a yummy chocolate. I still miss it till this day. I don't know what chocolate that was. It was cool. Okay. Have you ever eaten anything in your fast by mistake?
Yes, I have. So I was on holiday somewhere, and it was Ramadan, so we were fasting, and we were in the car. So my siblings were eating Skittles, and I forgot I was fasting when I started eating them with them. So I got so disappointed. I thought that my fast wasn't going to be valid anymore, but my mom told me that it's okay because it was an accident. And to spit the one that I had in my mouth.
Once I was so one time I got up after Suhoor. I was like really like happy that day for some reason. I felt like I could go through the whole day easily. And then I was like to my mom, "Oh, this fast is going so well so far." And then like an hour later I was like eating sweet chili rice cakes, and then my mom was like, "Oh, you're fasting." And I spit it out.
Yeah, well, I mean, this happened to me as well. I was I think it was in the 13, 14, yeah, yeah, 13, 14, 15 Shaban, when we fast. So, and then my mom, she had like, she put this like, it was like, I made a cake like during that week, and it was like cut. So I found some crumbs and I was fasting that day. So I put it in my mouth. And then like, and then I'm like, oh my God, shoot, I'm fasting. So I literally end up spitting it out. And I was like, but I was didn't swallow it. I didn't swallow it in the end. I just like, I had to rinse my mouth and all that stuff.
I don't even count how many times I've done that. Once I came back from school and I drank like one bottle, second bottle, third bottle.
Yeah.
And there was somebody in the room who was just looking at me.
You're fasting.
Should I tell her?
Yeah. And I had this other story as well where I was on a road trip. Because I'm in Ottawa and I had to go to Montreal. So it was Ramadan, and I ended up drinking water like after, like when I arrived. I was like so thirsty. I forgot I was fasting. I drank water, and then I'm like, Mom, did I break my fast? She's like, I'm not sure if it was Ramadan or no, but I don't think it was. But she's like, it's okay. At least it's not Ramadan. But when it was Ramadan at that time, I I didn't easily wake up for suhoor. Like my dad would just wake me up and like he's like, Khadija, wake up. I'm like, And then I'm like, just give me water. I'm not hungry. Just give me water. Once I drank like one sip of water only for suhoor, and then I went back to sleep. And then for the rest of the day, I'd be so hungry and so thirsty. And I'm like, Dad, did you wake me
Yeah.
up? He's like, yes, I did. I'm like, no, you didn't. Like, yes, I did. I'm like, what? Why
Yeah.
am I so hungry then? I don't remember going to the kitchen and eating. He's like, you just wanted water. You only drank a sip. I'm like,
Yeah, my mom often did that. Like, you have to have suhoor, so she would just bring a glass of water, and I will take a sip and all.
It's just like you know you have to eat suhoor so then you can like actually go on for the rest of the day. But at the same time, like I was tired, so like
Yeah.
once I just drank a whole bottle of water and slept.
yeah, but
And
then
then for some reason that day in PE, they wanted you to jog around the whole field.
tell them I'm fasting. Tell them I'm fasting. Tell them
I
like,
told
Yeah.
him, but then like he said so. So I just
So-
showed him.
tell them how would you feel if you
So I
didn't
might
drink
faint.
water or food?
I mean, I guess I think like a few days before, like Mo Salah played like a whole match while fasting. So I think that's why.
Yeah.
Like today, I didn't have my breakfast.
But yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
sometimes we forget to wake up for suhoor, and then you just stay hungry and thirsty for the whole
Yeah.
day. I hate when that happens.
Yeah, but even that you can get used to.
Yeah.
once you get used to it, and if the fasts are short, like in Australia, fasts were really short. Like 5 p.m. we have broken our fast. I think now it's later, like 6 o'clock, I think, but up until a couple of years there, like 5 o'clock, none, didn't even feel like anything.
I mean, here in Canada, like there were some days like in winter where I had to fast, and Maghrib wouldn't come until like 4:30 or like 4 p.m. something like that,
Mm,
or like even like
yeah.
before that. I'm like, and then like I'm done my club. I'm like, it's Maghrib already. I see like the sun's going down. Let me just get some water at least, and then I find my mom in the car with some dates. I'm like,
Um, do you how do you feel an hour before breaking the fast?
That's the worst hour
oh
of the
yes.
It's like
It's like
we get
everyone's putting out the plates, and it's just like, and like I'm helping out put the plates, and my mom's just finishing up the cooking. Like sometimes she keeps the samosas in the fridge, and then like she like heats them like an hour before.
Oh, you're making me hungry describing the heating of the samosa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're all sat around the table, and then like ruhavza on the table, all the food, dates, water, everything, and then do your duas before. So we're sitting there 15 minutes before on the table, and it feels like the longest day of your life.
I'm like, cause like what I do all the time, like, cause like my mom says to me, Khadija, can you like put the like dress the table and all that stuff. So and then cause like whenever my mom makes salad, I was like, you know, I pick like one thing, I eat it. So when I'm fasting, I want to do that. I go like this. I'm like, fasting, don't do it. So I'm like, can
Yeah. And
Sometimes,
poor
like,
moms. Have you guys ever thought about the moms who are actually making that food?
yeah.
And especially in summer for hours every single day.
The
Wow.
thing is like sometimes like I like leave a few minutes just in case. Like you know, like do you just sometimes do that? Like you leave a few minutes.
it to be just like to be accurate, like so that
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. It's like what like cause like when it's like when like there's like the adhan all that stuff. I'm like, Mom, it's the adhan, come on, let's eat. I'm hungry. Mom's like, no, it's like wait 2 more minutes. I'm like,
Yeah.
I feel like food just tastes better in Ramadan
yeah,
than
it's like
any other months.
We appreciate it more.
because you miss it too much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. What do you normally have for iftar and suhoor?
So for suhoor, now my mom, she makes this pudding. It's like a chia seed pudding. It's really good. It's like It like fills me up for the day, and a bit of milk, water, water, bananas, dates. And for iftar, I mean, it depends really, but mostly when after I have the dates and all that stuff, I always have like some soup with it. I always have like some soup, like a Moroccan soup most of the time, and when it's not, it's a regular soup. So yeah, and then
Okay.
after it's like the main dish and that stuff.
All right. Okay. What
So
about
for my so for the first day, we wake up, we have sandwiches. Then for the second day in Suhoor, I'm talking about Suhoor. In the second day, we have leftover iftar because like there's all the info, like there's all the good stuff. And then in the first iftar, we have all the frozen stuff in the freezer, and we're all feasting on it. And that's what I eat and the leftovers off the next day for Suhoor.
okay.
Me and my mom and my little brother are like preparing like it's war before Ramadan. Like we're just stocking up on like the spring rolls and the samosas, putting the meat in and rolling up and putting it in the fridge or the freezers.
I like that.
But I
Warm.
guess it just makes it easier for my mom. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, true. We just keep it really simple now. And like we used to have like elaborate iftar, pakoras and all that. But all that fried, then it makes it harder for prayer later on. So like, okay, just keep it easy. And anyways, like I guess in Australia last few years, the way it has worked, like you can just you're going to have dinner in a little while anyways. So we just make something really simple and then just have dinner after Maghrib. So yeah.
I guess one of the challenges in Ramadan is like sleeping, like especially like when you have school, it's like quite like difficult to like manage sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. It's yeah, I guess that's not a problem we have had in Australia because nights are long in winter, right? But in summer, for you guys, it's much harder because like Taraweeh is finishing late.
For
And
us,
then
it's like
if
yeah. For me, it's just like it's like now kind of like spring now, like yeah.
For in Canada, snow is just starting to melt, so yeah, it's end of winter right now. I hope.
what time do you break fast?
So I mean, right now, I think I mean it really depends sometimes. So, I mean, I think this year it's gonna be like a 7 or something like that. I'm not sure.
What time is Maghrib right now?
Maghrib right now, it's I haven't checked actually. It's at I think at 7:12.
Okay, so it's gonna go
So
on the other side of 7, like 7:30, 8
Yeah.
o'clock probably. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, but
for like my stars are like 6:30, but because there's gonna be a clock change, it's gonna be like 7:30. So like for the first like few days, it's gonna be 6:30. Then
Yeah, the
7:30.
clock change is just the worst.
Yeah, I
It's
hate
like
it.
especially summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you bring like in Australia, Asia is at 10 o'clock in summer.
Oh yeah. I mean, I remember back in Spain, like it'd be Ramadan like in spring, and Maghrib would be like at 9, and then Isha would be like at
Wow, that's cool. Like look at the purple light shining on
like
everyone.
and then Isha would be at like 11:45. So the time you pray Isha,
Wow.
you do your tarawih, you don't go to sleep until like midnight.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
How much time do you have for Taraweeh anyways?
I don't know. I didn't pray tarawih in Spain. My mom would pray tarawih, so she would not go to sleep until like 1 a.m. midnight, like that.
For me, like fasting saves me so much time, so I get more time to go to bed. Because I wake up in the morning, I don't have to eat breakfast. I brush my teeth in Suhoor, so I just get up and change. It's just like you have so much more time in Ramadan.
Yeah, in some ways you actually have more time because I don't know about you guys, but when I was a kid, we used to lock the TV. I mean, we didn't have computers and mobile phones at that time, but I only had one distraction, which was my TV. So we'll just lock it away. Even when I grew up and I was going to work, I will just take all the wires of TV and put it in my cupboard at work and lock it away. Nobody's watching.
Yes, I'm gonna keep my TV open so I can like watch like the
Yeah.
almost bad episodes.
Yeah. So now like there's so much Islamic stuff as well, so you can't like fully put it away. But at least you save a lot of times of like if you practice self-control from all the rubbish normally we would watch. Because you have you have less time to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You want to dedicate as much as you can to that.
Yeah.
So trying to minimize all the other entertainment stuff. Okay, what about Tarawih? You guys go for Tarawih? We talked a little about it. I think
Yeah.
Ahmed has a story about it.
Yeah. I think I already mentioned it, but I remember we went to this burger place. And like so usually in my mosque they serve dates, chicken wings and water. So I had that and then we decided to eat some burgers and then like my stomach started like I don't know what was going on with my stomach. And like Tarawih is usually 20 rakahs long at my mosque. But like in some mosques 8 rakah, the 8 rakah ones are a bit like long surahs in like 1 rakah, but in 20 rakahs it's like shorter portions throughout. And like I just couldn't do all 20. I just stopped at 8, like because it was just so like my tummy couldn't handle it.
Yeah. So I'm thinking because like last year I like I probably did like one Tarawih prayer. Like I was with a friend. I was with my mom's friends and her kid. It was me and my brother. We went together to the mosque, and then like that was like the first time I prayed like Tarawih in like in a mosque. So then we pray like I think they were going to like 10 rakats or something like that. We only did like 3 because like first the kid was being distracted. My brother was starting to get distracted as well. The mother, not mine, my mom's friend was like she was feeling so tired. So my mom's like, you know what, let's go. I'm like, Mom, please, can we not go? I love it. So we had to leave early, and I was like really disappointed. But this year, me and my friends who go to the halaqa together, we're thinking of like taking the bus to a close masjid, and we're thinking of doing tarawih there together. So yeah, really looking forward to it.
Okay. Right. Okay. What are your favorite memories about Ramadan? Like, what do you think about when you think about Ramadan?
Like it's just so like I guess you spend more time with your family in Ramadan and also like you kind of improve your ibadah. Like I guess you come out of Ramadan. If you like really try in Ramadan, you come out of Ramadan feeling happy and like more connected. I guess sometimes like sometimes you regret you didn't do more in Ramadan. So like I feel like this time I'm gonna really try and catch Laylatul Qadr and like just do as much as bad as I can in the last 10 days.
Yeah. What about you girls?
So I think the good memories are like the iftar parties. Like you meet people from like I don't know from like Muslims from around the world, and you know spend time with like family members you haven't seen in a while, and yeah, it's basically like the iftar that kind of gives me those memories.
Okay.
Yeah,
What about you,
I
Ed?
remember like every Eid, like there's like in Eids usually we call like all my family members. So it's like it's
Feast.
just like very like fun. Like sometimes you talk to like family members you haven't talked to in a while.
Yeah.
I'm always excited for Eid at the end of Ramadan because it's like the most, I guess, I find it really, really fun.
Obviously.
That's the thing that I look forward to. So first it's like all of the fasting, all of the like well, we don't really watch that much TV and stuff. So then when it's Eid, that's when like we have the most fun and we meet all of our friends. Yeah.
Yeah, and actually it's so great. Like I'm just so amazed by our the festivals we have. And then like it's really struck me one day when I was at work and I was leaving work at like 6 or something, or 6 or 7, something like that. And then I said to my boss, like, I have to go and pray, and it's gonna be like a 2-hour prayer. So he's like, what? You 2-hour prayer? Like, yeah, we do that every night. All right. Like, what? It's like, yeah, you fast during the day and then at night you are praying. Like, yeah, that's nothing. That's just Tarawih. Then we pray at home again. so, um, so, so he was like, okay. So he actually left and then he came back and he said, so that's why you guys have, Eid is such a big festival. And I was like, yeah, like that day it like really clicked on in me, like, normally like if you look at a lot of other festivals, they are just like, somebody's like Jesus's birth or some, in India, like a lot of festivals are about crops and harvesting season and this and that. But in Islam, actually, these festivals are at the end of a lot of hard work we have done. It's a celebration of that, right? That we worked hard at Hajj, so then we had Eid, right? Even if you didn't go to Hajj, you fasted for Arafat at least, or you spend the last 10 days of Dhul Hijjah worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or at least that, people at Hajj, of course, they worked really hard. Ramadan, you have worked hard a whole month. And then Allah gives you this celebration day to celebrate your effort, to praise Him, to give you the ability to be able to do all that. And I think sometimes, like, if it wasn't for Eid, a lot of Muslims will just be depressed at the end of Ramadan. The Ramadan is gone. We should have done better. And all the regret. But it snaps you out of it with the like family, friends, all that support and joy. So alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, great guys. Jazakallah khair. Hope you enjoyed our podcast today. And we look forward to seeing you in the next one soon. Inshallah, we'll be doing one about your favorite people in the world, and that is your siblings. So see you talking about that soon. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
Salam.